So I'm having to get a new computer and a new mic and everything, so this episode is going to sound terrible, look terrible, feel terrible, but I did want to get my review on this episode because I think this is an awesome episode, so sorry about the lack of editing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 74 of the Journey's anime titled Darkrai's Midsummer Night's Dream just dropped, and in this episode, Dawn is back! Chloe's also beginning her adventure as a brand new trainer during her summer vacation, and our heroes are back in Sinnoh. How's this episode gonna be? Well, let's find out. The premise of why our heroes are heading to Sinnoh is that cities are having trouble sleeping because of Darkrai. That's because, as we see at the beginning of the episode, Team Rocket was going after Cresselia and chased it off Full Moon Island, allowing Darkrai to take control. Chloe's also on summer vacation from school now, and she expected a family vacation, but it seems that Cerise forgot about that. He's too busy taking care of an egg, and her mother's too busy with her illustration job, and her brother's going to summer camp with his friends. So instead, Cerise says that maybe she can go to Sinnoh to help out Ash and Go. However, Chloe isn't happy and instead decides to go on a trip on her own to Sinnoh. And in a fantastic callback to the first episode of Diamond and Pearl, she takes way too many things for this adventure, only for her mother to tell her that's too much things and give her just a backpack with all the essentials in it. If you don't remember, this is the exact same thing Dawn does in the first episode. Chloe's mom tells her to enjoy herself and be free, and her dad is the one freaking out, which is a nice role reversal from the usual. Also, I'm curious as to what this egg thing will be for Cerise. I hope this will be followed up on in a future plot point. Chloe gets to Sinnoh and is a bit flustered at first. She doesn't really know where to go and has to run away from a trainer battle. Wait a minute, I thought you couldn't do that. But doing that leads her to an interview with Dawn's mother, since she's a contest legend, and there she learns about a contest going on in Eterna City. Evie seems to be excited hearing this, so they decide to go there. And rather than wait an hour and take the bus there, they decide to walk there. However, that doesn't go too well for them either, since they are first chased off by a flock of starly, and then get stuck in the rain. That's unfortunate, however, Chloe tries to stay positive. Meanwhile, Ash and Go arrive in Cantalave City and learn a bit more about what's happening with this Darkrai thing. They learn that the sleep issue is happening in spots like a Roman Pokemon, so they decide to try to track it. And while that's happening, Matori decides that she doesn't want to take the fall for losing Cresselia, so she tells Team Rocket that Giovanni asked them to find it, and so they oblige. Meanwhile, she and her team goes after Darkrai. The rain eventually settles down, and Chloe finds herself in front of a beautiful lake. She decides that's where she's going to sleep for the night, and she's making food when all of a sudden, a random Piplup shows up and starts eating her food. Or is it? Turns out, it's not random at all, but rather, it's Dawn's Piplup. She introduces herself, and she learns that Chloe's heading to Eterna, which is also where Dawn is going. They decide to go together, however, she's surprised to learn that Chloe isn't actually participating in the contest, and urges her to, since everyone has to start somewhere. I was going to talk about this later, but I can talk about this now too. Chloe's arc in this series is to try to find out what she wants to do in the future, and this meeting makes me think that maybe Chloe might do contests in this series. If not permanently, at least once in the future, since that would be both great promotion for both Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Legends Arceus, and it would allow her to develop a bit more as a trainer and give her a goal. Speaking of development, we also see here that Chloe and Dawn are very different in how they see things. Chloe does things by the book. She wants to head to the nearest Pokemon Center as soon as possible so she can sleep in an actual bed. However, Dawn doesn't mind either way. She just wants to enjoy herself and will take the long route if need be. This causes a bit of friction between the two as they're trying to get through the forest. While that's happening the previous night, Ash and Go both had a nightmare in the city they were sitting in, and they go outside and spot Darkrai. The next morning, as they're gathering information and asking around, Go finds that according to all the data they have, Darkrai is circling around a forest near the city, so Ash and Go decide to head there. Meanwhile, in the forest itself, a sleep-deprived Rhydon attacks Chloe and Dawn. They battle it, with Chloe getting the KO after Eevee mimics Piplup's Bubble Beam and allows it to hit a super effective move. That battle makes both Chloe and Dawn become a bit more closer again after all of their sniping throughout the forest. However, the KO doesn't actually knock out the Rhydon. Instead, it makes it fall asleep, which makes them both question why. And as they advance in the forest, they notice a wounded Cresselia as the episode ends. Overall, this was a fantastic episode. I think splitting up Chloe and Ash and Go's adventure was a wonderful idea. It allowed the writers to focus on individuals, or in this case Chloe, and really do a lot with her character. Of course, Dawn was also great in this episode. The chemistry between her and Chloe really works as odd couples since they're so different, however, they also work well together. I think what makes this episode work is the background story. Madara is trying to capture Darkrai and Cresselia, and that's causing issues. However, while we the audience and Ash and Go are slowly learning about it, Dawn and Chloe on the other hand don't. They're doing their own thing. That's what also makes the ending so engaging, because now they're going to start being roped into this issue. The cliffhanger it leaves on allows for great mystique. Overall, I think this is a high tier Ultra Ball episode. Nothing flashy in terms of battling, but lots and lots of character development and story development, and I found it to be awesome. The next episode is the second part of the two-parter. My only worry is that the next episode will be solely battle focused, and I hope that isn't the case and we get to see a bit more story and character development. Even if we don't though, I am looking forward to it regardless. But anyways, that is it for my review of episode 74 of the Journeys anime. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. You can follow me on Twitter at PdGaming, and that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.